Hello friends, welcome to a new vlog. This background is real dark. Let me try to fix that. Is that better? I don't know. This camera does a great job of like making me seem bright, but then everything else is just really dark. But hello, it is Saturday, I guess afternoon, because it is at 12 o'clock now. And I should start off the next vlog. So this week, I think is gonna be kind of busy, but like not too busy. Today especially is actually gonna be kind of busy, but it's like fun stuff. So in about like 45 minutes or so, I'm gonna be leaving the house and going to one of my coworkers' houses. I will be dog sitting for her later in the month. So she wanted to set up a time for me to like go over, see her house, meet her dog, which I'm very excited about. She sounds like a sweetie. She's a like 50-60 pound husky. And at first I'm like, ooh, huskies are like super high energy, super crazy dogs, but like she's an older dog, which I'm like, okay, phew, she's not gonna have, you know, all the energy of like a younger dog. So I'm excited to meet her. She sounds adorable. And then I'm gonna run to the store afterwards, and some of my friends and I are getting together to binge watch the first season of The Good Girl's Guide to Murder show that came out recently. I have been meaning to watch that show for weeks since it's been out, and I just haven't found the time to do so. So we're gonna binge it tonight. I'm really excited. So I'm just gonna go to the store. I don't really know what I'm going for. I kind of want to get some like candy and like just some like, you know, good movie things. So my friend is gonna cook us dinner, which I'm excited about. But just to bring something, maybe I'll pick up some Olippops or something, you know. I'll bring maybe I'll find a dessert. Okay, that's maybe what I'll go for. Like maybe for some, I don't know what, but dessert actually. That's a great idea. I could go by the bakery area, you know, get some dessert. You know, I'm thinking some of those frosted cookies. Like I know those are like so processed, but they're so good. Okay, I might go for that. And plus I might need a thing or two at the store. I told myself I should not go grocery shopping this month. I am seriously on a huge buying ban from here on out. After getting the quote on my tattoo next month, I'm like, I need to start saving money, because that is literally almost an entire mortgage payment for this tattoo. Like, I'm not even kidding. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm really cautious about how much money I'm spending, and I'm not allowed any more wants purchases for this month and October, because spending that much money is gonna be plenty for, you know, that. But anyways, so that's the plan. So I'm gonna go to the store afterwards, and then at 4:30 I'm getting together with the girly pops and we're gonna watch that. So in the meantime, I only have like 45 minutes, like I said, until I'm leaving the house. So I think I'll get dressed here in a little bit. I'm just in my comfy clothes, and then go do that, go to the store, then come home, relax for a little bit, and then go over to my friend's house. So that's the plan today. Tomorrow hopefully will be more of like a stay at home, you know, work on my crafts, finish my chores kind of a day. I'm making Sundays like my spa days, which has been so nice. So like I pop in a podcast or listen to some music and just do a head to toe spa day. It's honestly been amazing. I've been doing that like every other week. Some weeks it's every week, depending on how much anxiety I've been having, which this week's been atrocious, or as you would have seen in last week's vlog, atrocious. So I think that's in order, but I also don't feel great. Like my body really truly hates me, and it's just great. So yeah, I don't have too much going on besides those two little events today, but that's the plan, besties. So as for reading, I hope to finish Martin the Warrior, which is a book that I'm reading for my in-person book club. I have to get it done by Wednesday because we have book club this Thursday. I am liking it quite a bit. I don't think I've talked about it much. I did start reading it in last week's vlog. I don't think I talked about it because I was just so anxious. But I did start it. It's a great time. Like, I'm really enjoying it, and the audiobook is top tier. Like I would say it's probably one of the best audiobooks I've ever listened to. Every single character has its own voice narration, and when they sing a song, they sing songs and stuff. It's like super cute. They like actually sing it, and it's like a full chorus, and it's a really immersive book, and it's definitely something I could see myself in like middle school listening to and would just like have the best time. That's not to say adult me isn't enjoying it, but just saying, like, this is middle school me's, like, perfect book. Just saying. So that's going really well. I think I'm almost halfway through it, so I definitely should get it done before book club. Then still reading Words of Radiance. I feel like I'm gonna be reading that book for the rest of my life. But I checked today. I'm like 300 pages into it at this point, which I didn't know I was that far into it, so yay. But it's okay. Like, I don't know. These books are so ridiculously long, and I feel like there's just so much that goes on that, like, I don't know. I feel like these books need to be shorter, but that's just me. I don't feel like that's a popular opinion, but it's long and drawn out. I definitely think I enjoy Brando Sando's books more towards the end than I do in the beginning. Like, I feel like the first half of his books are always a slog for me, and then the second half is usually way better. So I'm kind of in that first half slump with it, but I'm really trying to listen to more of it. I've kind of been in an audiobook slump again, which is super annoying because I have so many books that I want to read that I need to start listening to. But, you know, when you're slumping, it's kind of hard to do that. And then Fool's Errand. I am still reading that. My friends are freaking me out about reading this book because I had mentioned something that had happened, and they're like, oh, yeah, he's okay for now. I'm like, for now? What do you mean? So they're freaking me out. I'm scared. I'm scared to continue, but I'm very cautiously continuing through. Like, I'm keeping my guard up because I know Miss Robin, she's gonna come out of left field with some horrible traumatic experience and just like destroy me so deep on the inside that it's not even gonna be funny. I mean, it's gonna be atrocious. I know it, because Robin's putting me in a false sense of security right now. And yeah, I'm using her first name because with the way she's destroyed me in other books, we're on a first name basis at this point, okay? She has just emotionally wrecked me so many times in the past, and I just know there's more to come, and I'm so scared. So I'd like to say I want to finish it this week, but is that actually gonna happen? Probably not, loves. Probably not. But I'm also reading a fourth book because apparently I just cannot make up my mind. I'm also reading Magic Pill, which is a nonfiction book. I'm reading about 10 to 20 pages at night. It's kind of part of my like wind down routine at night now, is to kind of read a nonfiction book before bed. And then also, like, I read for like those 10 to 20 pages and then I go read Fool's Errand in bed. But it's been really interesting. It's really scary, like, reading about the manufactured food in America and the effects that it has on people, and like some of the studies that this guy has learned from like scientists and stuff about how this food is literally made. I mean, it's not cooked, which I think is what kind of freaked me out, or like really startled me, was like their word choice. They're not saying this is cooked food. It's like, it's created, it's made. Because it is, it's not being cooked. You know, cooked implies that you're like, you know, taking the time to like gather the ingredients and put something together. And it's like, no, this is literally just like chemicals. You're just creating something in a lab. It's not even cooking at this point, you know? That was just jarring, and it like gave me chills last night reading that. It's like, oh my gosh. And yeah, it's a very, very interesting book, and I would definitely recommend it. I'm definitely having a great time reading it. Like, it's just very interesting, and it's on a topic that I'm very, very interested in now that I've started my weight loss journey, and am very, I wouldn't say very cautious, but I'm definitely more attuned to what I'm eating, because I'm learning as I'm on this weight loss journey, it's less about what you do for exercise and way more about what you eat that contributes to weight loss. Didn't think that was a thing when I first started this. I'm like, well, if I just work out, I can eat whatever I want. Yeah, no, not really how that works. I'm learning, at least for me. Maybe that works for other people, but definitely not for me. Because what's funny is, little story for you. About a year ago, actually almost exactly a year ago, last October, I started really focusing on fitness and working out. So I was working out like 4 to 5 days a week, 30 to 45 minutes every day. Everything was great. I wasn't losing weight though. Did that for a full 6 months and was not losing any weight. I was so irritated. I'm like, I'm doing everything right. I'm working out, I'm eating what I want, and it's like, ooh, record scratch. That's the problem, girl. You're eating what you want. That's the problem. So in June of this year, I really started taking into account what I'm eating, and continued working out and actually have been able to actually do an hour every day consistently, and it doesn't feel like I'm gonna die. And now I'm down 26 pounds in, how long is that? So June, July, August. I wouldn't really count September, so like 3 months. So yeah, losing 26 pounds in 3 months just from changing what I eat and working out. Like, dang. So I just can't wait to like rub it in my doctor's face, because he's been pressuring me so hard to get on Ozempic or get on Wegovy or get on any of those weight loss drugs. And I keep telling him no, because I don't trust them. Like, I'm not saying if you're on it, you shouldn't be. That's amazing for you. I'm happy for the people who are taking it and it's working for them. That's amazing. For me, I also have thyroid issues, and those weight loss drugs could really affect that. And I already just have problems with my hormones in general. I do not want to add something that will further, you know, accentuate my issues or whatever. So I'm just very, very against them for me personally. I don't want to take prescriptions if I can help it. So I'm just like, I cannot wait to like strut into his office and be like, look what I did in the last, like, you know, it'll be almost a year since I've seen him, because I have to see him every once in a while to check my thyroid and stuff, and be like, look what I did without your drugs. And that's not to say it's been easy, okay? These past 3 months have been tough, okay? It is not easy, especially when nobody else in your family is, you know, of a similar mindset to you. So it's been a challenge. It's not easy. So anyways, that's a super long intro clip. Holy cow. Okay, I need to stop talking and actually need to go get dressed now, because I'm gonna be leaving the house soon and I'll look like this. So I will chat with you all later. Hopefully I'll get some reading in, but yeah, I will chat with you all later. Hello. It is later on Saturday. It is almost 11 p.m. but I just got home a few minutes ago from a friend's house, and we spent the last like 5.5 hours watching the entire first season of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And we watched the whole thing. I think it's actually a pretty good adaptation. I wasn't expecting it to be British. Like, I don't even remember the book being British, but I'm pretty sure the author is, like Holly Jackson. I'm pretty sure she's British, but I could have sworn the book was set in the United States, but maybe not. I don't know. I read that book so long ago at this point, I couldn't tell ya. But I won't talk about any spoilers about the show, but I will say I think it was really accurate to what I remember of the book, because like I said, read the book a very long time ago. But I'd say if you read the book a long time ago, just watch the show, because I feel like I would have been way more critical of the show if I had just recently read it. I'd just be nitpicking it the whole time. But from my recollection, it stayed pretty true to the plot. I think there was like one small thing that didn't really happen in the book that they made a thing in the show, and I'm like, well, I don't think that was true, but like whatever. So it was a good time. I'd recommend it. We couldn't stop, my friends and I just could not stop making fun of Pip's pants. Like, I don't know why they chose the most ridiculous like pants for her, and she had these really ugly like long brown like corduroy shorts that are just atrociously ugly. And every time those would pop up on screen, it'd be like, okay. And there was the we had to Google a lot of things, because there's a lot of like British words and like slang and stuff that they use in the show. And there was this one phrase that sounds so suspicious. It was rainbow flick. Okay, where does your mind go when you hear that, right? So we were cackling, and I'm like, you know what? Rip. I'm gonna look it up. So that's on my search history now. Thankfully, it's like a soccer thing, so like it's not what it sounds like it could be, but I might have to incorporate that into my, you know, conversations at random, you know, as one does. But yeah, so also feeling a little giddy, keeping my hopes down, because we keep seeing what happens when I get them too high. Yeah, but the girl I've been talking to for the past 2 weeks, we tried to meet up last week, didn't work out for either of us, and I was super depressy about it. But looking back on it, I really shouldn't have been, because we didn't really have a solid plan to begin with. It was just like a maybe thing. So like, I feel like I was overreacting in my old brain, which is not a surprise. But he texted me tonight that he asked his supervisor if he can have Monday off because that's like his day to get off. And he'd drive the 3.5 hours from where he's working to come visit little May. And like, we'll go on like a proper date and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. So he's waiting on approval from his supervisor to see if that will happen. But like, oh my God, this is proving my point. If he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would, ladies or guys, whoever is watching this. If they wanted to, they would. It just made me giggle and kick my feet a little. Just like, oh my God, it's still a maybe. Okay, like his supervisor could be like, absolutely not. I doubt it. Cause like the guy hasn't taken a day off that I know of since we've been talking. So like, I doubt his supervisor is gonna deny the guy a day off, you know? So I'm excited. So it'd have to be an after work thing for me, obviously, because I work till 5. But like, I could race home, feed the cats, change, do my hair and redo my makeup and all that and be ready by like 6. And I don't know, I'm just like, oh my God. Because I'll be completely honest, I haven't wanted to talk to anybody else. I've gotten quite a few other matches, but I'm just not interested in them. Like, no. And I don't know, the whole idea of like starting from the beginning with yet another person and having to like talk about what I do for work and talk about, you know, those really mundane things when like him and I have been through that already and like we were on to like much more meaningful conversations. It's like, it's hard to start back at the beginning of that, you know, talking stage. So I'm excited, loves. But like I said, we got to chill out and not get the expectations too high because we keep seeing what happens, right? Yeah. Also, hormones are just everywhere, all over the place right now. This might be a little TMI. I'm sorry if it is, but this is like a besties FaceTime call. Okay, we're gonna talk about everything, and if you don't like that, I'm very sorry, but that's how I'm gonna treat these vlogs because that's how they are for me. I'm just like picturing just hanging out with y'all, you know? We're just besties. So I started a new birth control because the one I was taking apparently is like super old. Like, it's like first generation. I didn't even know that was a thing. And apparently there's newer ones. No idea that was a thing. That is better and can help with like issues that I've been having. Okay, cool. So I started that like 2 going on 3 weeks ago. And oh my gosh, my hormones have just been a mess. Like, I have cried more this week than I have in the past 5 years. And I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I watched one slightly sad video on Instagram Reels the other day, sobbing mess. My idea of a Good Friday night yesterday was to put in my noise canceling headphones, listen to the saddest playlist I can find on Spotify, and cry while eating my dinner. Like, wow. It was kind of therapeutic, not gonna lie, but I just cannot believe how overly emotional I am right now, because that's not me. You know, it's really ruining my tough guy personality, you know, because I really am like, I'm not that person. I don't cry at everything, usually. So it's really annoying to me. I don't like crying, okay? The eyes get puffy and red and irritated and makes me so tired. And it's not fun for the most part. So yeah, that needs to stop. But yeah, this period is really kicking me down. Like, the cramp, oh my God. They are so bad. Like, they almost feel worse than any other time. So thankfully I see my doctor on Wednesday. So we're gonna go over everything that's happened since I last seen her. Hopefully she could give me some solid solutions, because so far I'm really appreciating that she's like taking me seriously instead of every other doctor's like, oh, you're in the worst pain of your life. Yeah, you're fine. That's normal. I'm like, wow, I'm sad that you think that's true because it surely ain't love. Anyways, so yeah, I guess that's it for this clip. I'm gonna kind of get started in my nighttime routine. Even though I'm really hyper right now, I just want to like scream and dance through the whole house, but like, I'm not gonna. I'm kind of losing energy as I talk. So I'm just gonna kickstart my nightly routine and I will chat with you all probably tomorrow. Tomorrow should be hopefully a super relaxing day, and just spend a whole day crafting and listening to books and reading books. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Hello. I've noticed I've worn my hair in braids a lot this week. I don't mean to. I just keep doing it. This is what I call I have really greasy hair and don't feel like braiding my hair look because this is actually not braided. It's just like twisted. And then when I get to here, I braid the rest because I was in a rush this morning and I didn't have time to do like actual Dutch braids. Anyways, hello. It is Tuesday night. It feels like today should be Thursday, which is completely unfair, but I am in desperate need to get reading done because book club's on Thursday and I still have half of our book left to read, and it's a decently long book, so I need to get crack-a-lackin'. So tonight's goal is to go get a quick shower in and then get my butt in bed and read until I possibly cannot. I'm hoping to read at least like 25%, which I know sounds like a lot, but I really need to get this book read. I mean, I am liking it. I definitely think it's the most enjoyable book I've read for book club in a while. I feel like I tend to rate book club books really low, which like I don't mean to, it just kind of happens. So I'm enjoying this one a fair bit, but it's like maybe a 3-star read for me. But yeah, that's the goal tonight. It is 9:10 p.m. so to accomplish this is gonna be kind of crazy. But it didn't help that I woke up at like 2:30 or 3 a.m. yesterday, or like last night, just like wide awake, and just started texting you know who, and we just texted back and forth for like an hour and a half. And then I kind of dozed off at like 5 o'clock, and then my alarm went off at 5:45. So I am surprisingly not that tired, which is crazy because I didn't get a lot of sleep. But I know it's probably gonna hit me as soon as I get in bed because that's when it usually starts to hit me, which is why I have not been reading. But I also really want to read Guillotine, which just came out today on audio because all the besties are reading it right now, and I really want to read it. I'm sad to say that they're not enjoying it, but I still want to give it a chance. It's a really short book, but I told myself I need to finish Martin the Warrior before I do that because I cannot simply be reading like 5 books at once, because I'm still reading Magic Pill, Words of Radiance, is that book 2, Fool's Errand, and then Martin the Warrior. So I'm like in the middle of 4 books. I cannot possibly pick up a 5th right now. I'm barely reading. It's seriously a struggle. So I don't even know if these vlogs are enjoyable anymore because I simply am just not reading that much. But I don't know. I feel like I work out at night and then I basically just have to get ready for bed because I spend like an hour or more working out, and I'm just like, wow. Speaking of, I took progress pictures today because I realized I haven't taken progress pictures since like beginning of August. Oh my gosh, what a huge difference. Like, especially in my arms. My arms I've always been like very insecure about because they're big, and you know, I'm just not a fan of them. But the muscle definition between August and today is crazy. I've been doing a lot of like heavier dumbbell workouts on Peloton, and like heavy for me, I'm going with like 10-pound dumbbells. Okay, they ain't that heavy really, but like trying to do like overhead presses and, you know, curls and all of that, and I notice a huge difference. I can actually flex my arm and see muscles in there. Okay, that is crazy. So that is a huge improvement. And then I don't know, I just look overall slimmer. I mean, today I did clock in at 28 pounds down, besties. So technically that means I'm at another weight loss milestone, which means I can buy something. But I'm actually going to let it slide this time because I simply want to be saving money, and it's just, I'm gonna wrap it up into October. And you know, my tattoo. of course my camera died, and also I was getting really tired of sitting up, so now we're on my stomach. So I don't know what I was saying, but I think I was talking about like my weight loss milestone. So essentially I'm just gonna roll it over into October and have it like just help pay for my tattoo, because that's gonna be so expensive. Totally worth it though. Like, when I tell y'all I'm so excited, I am so excited. So that's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna love it. Like, looking through this guy's Instagram, like the tattoo artist, oh my gosh, his healed work is stunning. And I realized, like, doing some research and stuff, that it's really important to see what healed tattoos look like from the tattoo artist that you're going to, because that's what it's going to look like forever. Because when it's fresh, I mean, it looks amazing too, but as it heals and once it becomes fully healed, that's when you can really tell, like, is this artist really that good? And he is incredible. I'm in love with his work and I'm just so excited. So yeah, I'm very, 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 very excited. But your girl's in a severe buying ban of everything. Like, I am seriously going to spend the weekend, like my main goal this weekend is to meal prep, because I think that's gonna save me a ton of money. And I just have a bunch of food in my freezer and pantry that I could cook up and like make lunches out of, instead of relying on, like, you know, tortillas and chicken and, you know, stuff that I have to buy regularly. This stuff I can make a big batch and then have like individual lunches to eat for the whole week, if I actually spent the time to cook it, which I do like cooking. I just, I don't know, sometimes I really just don't feel like it, and I'll just whip together something easy like a quesadilla or something. So that's the big goal this weekend, is meal prep. Because if I could meal prep like at least 2 weeks worth of lunches, then I don't have to cook, I don't have to make lunches for 2 weeks, and I just get to eat yummy food and not go grocery shopping, which will save me money. So I think I may have to go to the store somewhat soon to get fresh produce, because unfortunately that I still kind of need. But everything else, I'm gonna try really hard to just eat what I have this month and just live very leanly. Leanly? That is not a word. Wow, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I hope you understand. Anyways, I think the tiredness is starting to hit me, because now my words are just like jumbling together. Shower. I'm gonna go take a shower and curl up in bed, read my book club book, try to make some good progress in it, and we will go from there, besties. So that is the plan. I will try to come chat with you all tomorrow. Book club's on Thursday. I don't know if I mentioned that. So that is why I'm rushing to get this book done. But yeah, I really thought I had something more to say, but I don't think I do. So toodaloo. Wow, I look like I got in a fight with a raccoon in the back of a Walmart. I am so sorry I look like this. I have been rubbing my eyes a lot, and I may have had like a tiny little mental breakdown earlier, but it's fine. The mental breakdown was because I was doing a workout, and let me tell you, it was intense, okay? It was a 45-minute full body strength workout, and we're using heavy dumbbells, and it was just like nonstop. There's like no breaks. And so I think I had like 5 minutes left of the workout, and suddenly I have no clue what happened, but my legs just started like shaking. I mean, like this. I mean, they were shaking so hard, and I was so incredibly dizzy. I'm just like, oh, so I'm gonna die right here, right now. Here we go, it's happening. 23 and I'm done. So I set my weights down and like, I just collapsed to the floor. I'm not even kidding. Like, I was like in child's pose, just like trying to get my brain to work. I felt so out of it. And then my legs, I couldn't stand up. I was seriously like having a mini panic attack downstairs. I'm like, okay, I can't stand up. I'm so dizzy. Am I having an aneurysm? Am I having a stroke? What is happening right now? I was panicking, so that made me start like hyperventilating, and that just really increased the dizziness. And so I had forced myself to like, shut up, sit down, and just calm down. So thankfully I had headphones down there, so I quickly put those on and just started blasting some music, because music is like a huge thing to like calm me down, you know? So I did that, and I just had to like sit on the floor, curled up in a ball, until my legs could support my weight to crawl upstairs, I'm not even kidding, and lay on the couch for a good 20 minutes. I feel better now. I have no idea what that was. Like, I don't know if my blood pressure just dropped suddenly or what, but like, I had eaten dinner, so it wasn't like my blood sugar was low or anything. I don't know. That was really creepy. And I hope to never experience that ever again. I thought I was gonna faint at one point because I'm like, wow, this feels so weird. So that was the first and hopefully last time I ever experienced that. My legs definitely still feel kind of weak, but like, I don't know. That was crazy. But anyways, so it is 9:30 on a Friday night, and it's Friday the 13th, and I'd say the only bad thing that happened today is that my work has started enforcing what we all believe to think is a very dumb policy, where they're really cracking down on where you can park. We have our own parking lot at work, so like we don't have to pay for that or anything, but they're making it very strict on where vehicles park. So for instance, in the back row is trucks only. No cars are allowed to park there. And the back row used to be my favorite. Like, that was where I used to park. That was my absolute favorite place to park. And now they're saying absolutely not. And then there's only very specific spots for cars. But like, the car parking area is so small that I'm afraid I'm gonna get door dings on my car. So that's why I don't like to park there. I like to park in the truck row because there's very few trucks that like work at my place of work. So it's just a very irksome policy. People are very angry about it. And I would say I'm not happy with it, but like, there's been like people who are like seriously so mad that they're like saying, fire me before I will park anywhere else. I mean, they're kind of getting a little crazy with it. But I think those people got talked to today because one of those people was one of my coworkers, and I think she got a talking to because she moved her vehicle by lunchtime. And I'm like, ooh, ooh. So I unfortunately had to find a new parking spot, obviously. And I found one that's like not bad. I found one where like the spot to the driver's side of me, you can't really fit into because it's a really tough angle to get at. So nobody seems to park there. So if I park next to that spot, then I am kind of guaranteed a good way to get in and out of my car, because I hate when people park so close to the line by my driver's side door that I can't get in or out of my car, and I have to risk getting a door ding to get in my car. I hate when people do that, because we all know people don't know how to park, okay? People do not know how to park their vehicles. Oh, and they're also saying we're not allowed to back into our spots, which doesn't bother me because I am too scared to back into spots. I used to do that in high school. I actually got really good at backing into spots in high school because I would do it every day. But then now I've just gotten lazy and I've stopped doing it. So I'm just, you know, pulling into spots. But yeah, so people are upsetty spaghetti. So I mean, I'm not happy about it either, but like, I'm not saying anything, you know, I'm gonna follow the rules, you know, whatever. But yeah, and it was just a weird, crazy week. Okay, I feel like my emotions are still like going 600 miles an hour. Like, I'm like crying one minute, I'm like so PO'd the next, and then I'm fine for like a day or two, and then I'm just like one way or the other, and I'm like, can I please just like not? Can I please just not? Are you even focusing on me? I can't tell. Yeah, but I did have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. I don't think I've talked to y'all in a couple days. So we got to do a major catch up yip yap sesh, okay? Yip yap sesh. So I had a doctor's appointment on Wednesday to talk about my cyst that I think I told y'all about. And she said that, yeah, it is too small to do anything about. And it's basically just hurry up and wait. Which means just keep an eye on it, and if I feel worse all of a sudden, then I need to go to the doctor, but otherwise just let it be. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, because it's like causing me pain and it's annoying, and I want it out of there. And this might be a little TMI, so if you don't want to know, you could just skip ahead. But essentially, it's not gonna be that gross. Yeah. Anyways, so the size of this thing is just crazy though. And like the location is just crazy. So it is inside my ovary, okay? That's just weird. And so it's the exact same size as my ovary. So basically that right side one is just like double the size because it's like its own self and then it has something else inside of it too. So I'm like, well, that's why it hurts all the time over there. So that's just a blast. But my doctor said that if it, you know, if it gets bigger, she wants me to do another ultrasound in another couple of months, like November-ish area, and get another ultrasound done then. And if it's gotten bigger, then yeah, we can operate on it. But if it stays the same size or gets smaller, then no. We're just gonna let it be. It's like that, she said if it was just half a centimeter bigger, it would be operable. But with the size that it's at now, it's not. And she said it's the size of a strawberry. She literally said it's like this big. I'm like, that big? That's huge! Are you kidding me? But apparently in the medical world, it's not. So that's rude. Anyways, what else happened this week? I started training a new person at work, and I realized I don't think I like training people. I'm just not good at explaining things. It's like I'm better at taking in information and then rewriting it in my brain for it to make sense to me and me only. But then to explain my way to somebody else is like, huh? So I don't know, loves. I don't know if I like that. And plus, it just feels weird training someone who's like twice as old as you know? So yeah, that's interesting. But it's been fine. This week was honestly kind of crazy. I got assigned a new project that's like my new thing to take care of now. And it just was a lot of catch up because the person who was doing it hadn't really been doing it a whole lot, like not very frequently. So there's just a ton to catch up on, plus more was coming in. So basically I'm reviewing these like program payments for this one specific grant program that someone else is working on, and now I will be taking over. So yeah, I got those all caught up this week, and 2 of them I asked questions about because they just had some weirdness going on. I think one of them, the person hadn't paid their taxes this year, so it's like, well, that's a red flag. You got to pay your taxes to be eligible for this program. And then the other one had something really funky going on. So those 2 I'm waiting on answers for from other people, but yes, so it's kind of nice to be a little bit more busy at work because honestly, I've been a little like bored at work. Like I haven't had a whole lot like daily tasks. Like I have monthly tasks to do every single month, but those monthly tasks I can do in like a day. You know, like it doesn't take me very long to do. So I really stretch out those monthly tasks because I have a whole 30 days to do it. But daily projects, I kind of need more of that, and that's kind of what these are to me. Like as I get them in, I'm gonna process them because the other person, she'd let them sit for like a couple weeks and then just work on a huge batch of them. And I'd rather work on them as they come in personally to just keep it to a minimum. But anyways, so yeah. In terms of reading, I don't know what that is. I did start, actually, I finished Martin the Warrior. I don't think I talked about that. I did finish Martin the Warrior. It was a fun time. I think I'd give it like a 3.5, 4 star. I thought it was fun. Reminded me a lot of books that I had read as a kid, like the Warrior Cat series. So I think it's a very nostalgic book in that way, and it was definitely fun. And I did have book club yesterday, and I swear there's a gas leak in that building because we could not stop giggling and laughing, and everything was funny, but also could have been the very strong drink that I had. I got a pomegranate martini, and oh my god, that thing was strong. And like towards the end, it was like straight vodka at that point. And my friend next to me, she's like, just chug it, you can do it. And so I did, and of course it immediately hit me. I'm like, whoa, I'm a little tipsy. So thankfully, you know, I ate dinner and I was fine to drive home, but that was a very strong drink. That is definitely a 1 drink place because holy cow, that was strong. And for the first time in book club history, we were shushed. We were shushed by this very curmudgeon-y old lady and her husband, or I assume to be her husband. They were sitting at a table like a couple rows down from us. And I mean, we're just hooting and hollering. I mean, it's loud in the restaurant anyways, so like, who really cares? And all of a sudden we hear this shh, and we all turn, we all cease talking, we whip around, and we all look at her like, really? Really? I mean, I get if we're being obnoxious, but like, we're just laughing. I don't know. So, I don't know. I got the giggles real bad after that, and like literally everything everybody said was funny. And what what was also hilarious is because it was so noisy in there, I kept mishearing people like at book club, and so someone would say something and I would repeat like what I thought I heard them say, and so then we'd all just start giggling because it's like, that is not what you said. And there were some really unhinged things that I kept thinking I heard. I'm like, what are you guys reading? So yeah, it was a great time. I needed to laugh that hard. I don't think I've laughed that hard in like literal months. So that was very much needed. And what else? Other reading. I started Belladonna yesterday. I'm about 20% in. It's okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's okay. It's very stereotypical YA, but it's fine. And I'm still reading Fool's Errand, and I haven't touched Words of Radiance in literal days, almost a week. So that's kind of where we're at. Really hoping to finish Fool's Errand this weekend because it is a 48-hour readathon in Steph's Patreon. So I really want to get that done. And I think I have like 6 hours left of the book, which is really not that bad. So really hoping to make that happen. And then what else? Tomorrow I might go into town and run a few errands because I realized I'm actually getting kind of low on fish food, which is crazy. And then today I was cleaning the fish tank when I got home. The water filter for the fish tank that cycles the water wouldn't turn on when I plugged it in. And I started having a complete panic attack. I'm like, oh, no. Petco is closed right now. You need to turn on. And so I fiddled with the filter. I like took off the motor, put it back on. I fiddled with every movable part I could and that stupid thing, and I somehow got it to work. So I'm kind of nervous now if it's gonna die. So I think I want to go to Petco and get another one of those and some more fish food. And I also want to go to the dump, get rid of my trash, and then I need to get gas for my car because I realized today that I'm like quite low. But yeah. Anyways, I've been like talking to myself for the past hour besides this clip, so my throat is getting very sore and tired of talking. But I like was fiddling around on the piano for a good like 45 minutes after my near-death experience tonight. I don't know, it's just kind of feeling nostalgic. I haven't touched my piano in like months. So I re-taught myself like 3 songs that I completely forgotten in my brain but my fingers remembered. So that was kind of fun. I may have cried a little because Margot came and sat on my lap, and it reminded me of Pebbles and how she used to sit on my lap. And she's my childhood cat, if you don't know. She's still alive. She just doesn't live with me. But I sit her on my lap and she would play Hot Cross Buns, or Mary Had a Little Lamb on the piano, and she would be purring so hard. Margot did it. She was not a fan, but oh, it just made me miss my little chicken. Anyways, so I'm just in my feels tonight. Which, when am I not on a Friday night? Like, Friday night is like girl cry hour, okay? Like normal people go hit the bar, go to a party or whatever. No, single girlies, we stay home, listen to sad music and cry. Or at least that's what I've been doing. So anyways, I'm gonna go. That is it for this vlog. Hold on, my camera's gonna turn off because I've been yapping too much. So that's gonna be it. But I kind of want to watch a movie. I'm kind of in the mood for some popcorn, candy, and a movie in bed. That sounds heavenly. With my giant Pop Flex hoodie. Sorry, I thought I saw something weird outside. You know what? When it gets this dark outside, I just don't want to look outside. Like, you know, if there's something out there, I don't want to know. You know, I'd rather not. So, anyways, I'm gonna go, my loves, and I will be kicking off the next vlog probably shortly because I'm in a yappy mood all of a sudden. So, thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye!